Okay, so last class we have studied combustion and flame up to page number 70. We have completed up to explosion. So today we will start from flame. So as already told you what is a flame. So flame means what? Uh, you can see in figure 6.10, you can see there is a flame. When this flame is produced, that means when, how can we say that when flame will produce? Remember that if you are burning something and if it vaporizes completely, if you are burning something and it vaporizes completely, then flame will produce. Different color flames are produced: orange, yellow, red, sometimes green. Different colors are formed. Blue. But remember that blue color flame is a non-polluting flame. That means if you are using a fuel which produces blue flame, it means that it's not polluting the environment. Other color flame pollute the environment. Fine. So observe an LPG flame. Can you tell can you tell the color of the flame? What is the color of the candle flame? So you already know that the flame of LPG gas is blue in color, and another one candle, it is orange, yellow, this type of color. Recall your experiences of burning a magnesium ribbon. I told you that when we burn a magnesium ribbon, it produces a dazzling white light, very bright light. I told you, like when a person do welding, I told you before, right? Welding, when a person do welding, that time a spark comes out, yeah, white color spark. Same way, when we burn a magnesium ribbon, white color sparks come out. Okay. If you do not have experience of burning the remaining item in table 6.2, you can do that now. That means you have to burn a candle, then magnesium, okay, magnesium ribbon. So that you can't do, that is very dangerous, so that has to be done in front of a teacher. So teachers, they will not show you. Camphor. Camphor means what we say, Kapoor. Have you seen Puja ka Kapoor? So that camphor. Kerosene stove, charcoal. So after burning this, different flames will be produced. Okay. Record your observation. Record your observation and mention whether on burning the material forms a flame or not. So in this case, all the cases you will be having flame except charcoal. When you will burn the charcoal, it produces heat and very less amount of flame, which will not brighten the place. Okay. Now structure of a flame. Now what is the structure of a flame? So let's see. The substance which vaporize during burning. When we burn something and it vaporizes completely, then only it gives flame. That's what I told you before. When we burn anything and it vaporize means half ban ke ud jana. Okay, that means it will not convert into liquid state. Directly it will convert into gaseous state. So this type of substance completely it will vaporize. That type of substance produces flame. For example, kerosene oil, molten wax rise through the wick and are vaporized during burning and form flames. So when we burn a candle, you know that there is a thread-like substance in the middle of the candle, that is called the wick. So when we burn a wick, you can see flame produces because the candle vaporizes easily. Okay, when we burn candle, it vaporize easily. Okay, but I don't know you know this or not. If you burn a candle, how long it will burn? If you take a thin candle, white candle you have seen, if you burn that, how long it will burn? So example, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hour, this much time. Okay, not more than that. It will burn for 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hour or 2 hours, this much. Okay, but there is another way. If you burn that way, then it can burn for more than this much time. How? If you take a small, I don't know you have seen or not, small bowl like substance, and if you put some candle over there and a wick, then whatever you will burn, that means if you burn a candle flame, when you will burn a candle flame, then the wax, it start melting and it will not spread anywhere, it will remain in that bowl, so it will burn for a long period. Understood? When we burn a candle, the wax melt, and because of that only the size of the candle reduces continuously. But if you burn that one in a what we say, in a bowl, small like bowl, I don't know you have seen in Diwali and all or not. So that type of bowl, if you will burn in that, then definitely it will burn for a longer time. Understood? Have you seen this type of candle before? If not, then I'll show you one. So this is the candle. You can see there is a wick. Okay. When you will burn this wick, there is a candle here. You can see there is a candle. Okay. So when you will burn this one, then this candle will melt and it will remain in this container only, in this substance. So this candle will burn for a longer time. Understood? Because whatever the wax will melt, it will remain in the same place. In other cases, I don't know you have seen or not, when we burn a candle, so in that case candles vaporize, and that means it melt and it goes down and finally it reduce and then switch off, right? But in this case it will burn for a long time. Long time, it does not mean that it will burn for 100 hours. That means as compared to candle, it will burn for longer time. If the candle burns for 1 hour, this will burn for maybe 2 hours. Okay. Okay. Charcoal, on the other hand, does not vaporize and so does not produce a flame. So when we burn a charcoal, it don't vaporize. That's why it don't produce flame. So if someone asks you that when flame is produced, so in simple term you will say that when a substance vaporize on burning, then only it produce flame. In activity 6.5, would the vapors of wax coming out of the glass tube be the cause of the flame produced? Activity 6.5. Acha, activity is here. Activity 6.5. Would the vapor of wax coming out of the glass tube be the cause of flame produced? Yes, yes. You can see, I don't know you have done this experiment before or not. Suppose you are burning a candle, and if you take a matchstick, suppose this is the candle flame, if you are taking a matchstick this much above the candle flame, then slowly this flame will produce heat, and due to that heat, if you are putting a matchstick over here, continuously this matchstick will heat it up, and finally it will reach its ignition temperature and it will catch fire. Have you ever done this before? So you can try that. Okay, you can try that one. Same way here in activity 6.5, this matchstick was burned. Okay, and remember that in a flame, The outer region is the hottest region. Outer region is the hottest region, and inner region is the coldest region. Okay? Okay, fine. Now let's move to another topic. When the candle flame is steady, introduce a clean glass plate or slide into the luminous zone of the flame. Hold it there with a pair of tongue for about 10 seconds. Then remove it. What do you observe? Now you can see there is an example, that means a figure is been given in 6.11. You can see that a slide, a glass slide is been placed over a candle flame. So it has been kept for few seconds. After few seconds you will see that there is a black substance on the glass. Can you see second diagram? This second one, that means this black substance is actually the unburnt carbon. Do you remember I told you charcoal, petroleum, diesel, whatever they are from, they are compressed, they are heated, but not completely burnt. Do you remember? I have told you initially how coals are formed. Coals are submerged inside the soil for a long period due to heat and temperature. Due to temperature and pressure. Due to temperature and pressure, this that means trees, big trees, they start burning, but they don't burn completely. They don't burn completely. That means they are known as unburnt carbon. So same way here, this black substance are due to unburnt carbon. Okay, same way using this method we make kajal. Have you ever seen how your mother or maybe someone has prepared kajal for a baby? For a baby or maybe for themselves? Same technique is been used. Same technique is been used. What they do, actually they take a diya. Okay, they take a diya, they take some oil. I don't know, you have seen or not. There is a kajal, the people they store kajal in one substance which is, it slide like this. I don't know you have seen or not. It opens this way. I don't know you have seen or not. Have you seen? Have you? No, I was having one. Wait, let me check. So this type of substance, I don't know you have seen or not. Have you seen this? So here kajal is stored, okay. You can see kajal is there. So how to prepare this one? Very simple. You have to take a cotton cloth, okay. That means this way you can make a best kajal. You have to take a cotton cloth, not synthetic, okay. Cotton cloth, pure cotton. Then you have to take few this garlic, lasun, put it in the clothes, okay, put it in a cloth and then tie it properly, okay, and then put something, burn that cloth, okay, and put some oil over here, mustard oil, okay, and then just that when you will burn that substance, when you will burn a cloth containing garlic, when you will burn that one, then slowly you should not burn such a way that it produces flame, okay. You just burn it and then leave it that way. It will, that means its flame will go and only slowly like the mortine, that means good night coil, agarbatti, the way they burn, same way this cloth will burn, okay, and the smoke will stick over here, and that is the very good quality kajal. Understood or not? That means very simple. What you have to do, इसमें तेल लगाओ, इसमें थोड़ा सा तेल लगाओ, मस्टर्ड ऑयल लगाओ, लगाने के बाद आप एक ये ले लो, कपड़ा ले लो, प्योर कॉटन, उसके अंदर में यू हैव टू पुट सम गार्लिक, ठीक है, गार्लिक मतलब लहसुन, और लेने के बाद उसको ऐसा करके रख दो, ठीक है, उसको ऐसा करके रख दो, फाइन। ये रख दिया, कोई एक पत्थर ले लो, पत्थर या कुछ भी चीज़ ले लो, इसको ऐसा करके रखो, इसको जला दो, इसको जलाने के बाद ये अपने आप बुझ जाएगा, बुझने के बाद इसमें से सिर्फ वो निकलेगा, चिंगारी टाइप निकलेगा, डेट मीन्स जैसे गुड नाइट कॉइल जलाया या अंडा का कार्टून जलाते हैं तो वैसा फ्लेम निकलता है, वो फ्लेम मतलब वो वैसा टाइप निकलेगा, धुआं निकलेगा, उसको ऐसा करके रख दो कंटिन्यूअसली, उसका धुआं इसमें आते रहेगा एंड यू विल बी गेटिंग अ गुड काजल। अंडरस्टूड? ओके, so these are actually unburnt carbon. Okay, unburnt carbon. Okay, let's see. A circular blackish ring is formed on the glass plate or slide. It indicates the deposition of unburnt carbon particles present in the luminous zone of the flame. Luminous zone, remember that it is known as the outermost layer. Luminous means where maximum heat is present. Okay, so that means any substance catches fire in the luminous zone, that means in the outermost zone. If you put anything inside in the center, in the middle, that is known as non-luminous zone. There you will never get fire, that means it will not catch fire. Okay, so it indicates the deposition of unburnt carbon particles present in the luminous zone of the flame. Hold a tongue, long copper wire, long copper wire just inside the flame for about 30 seconds. Activity 6.12 is been given, you can see. Okay, a long pipe you have to take, hold it with a tongue, fine, and this you can see diagram is been given, the way it is been given you have to hold it that way. Notice that the portion of the copper wire just outside the flame gets red hot. Does it indicate that the non-luminous zone of the flame has a high temperature? In fact, it is the uh, hottest flame, sorry, in fact this part of the flame is the hottest part. That means this outermost zone is known as the hottest region of a candle flame. Not only candle flame, any flame, outermost layer is known as the hottest, okay, hottest part. And the innermost, you can see there is the innermost. Can you see in the diagram different zone of a candle flame? So you can see wick is given, wick is been given in the middle of the candle. So you can see inner zone of unburnt wax vaporized black. This is known as the non-combustion place. Here no combustion take place. That means no substance burned here near the wick. Every object burns at, in the outermost zone. Okay, that is also known as non-luminous zone. Okay, fine. And this outermost zone is been used by goldsmith to melt the gold, silver or any other thing. You can see a pipe is been, figure 6.14, a goldsmith use a pipe. Can you see? It's a blow pipe. Okay, so a blow pipe is been used to melt, gold, silver or other substances, fine, because it is the hottest part of the candle flame or any flame. Okay, goldsmith blow the outermost zone of a flame with a metallic blowpipe for melting gold and silver. Why do they use the outermost zone of the flame, because they are the hottest part of the candle flame, okay, or maybe flame. Fine. Now let's move to another topic. What is a fuel? What is a fuel? I told you before also in the beginning of the chapter that anything which burn is not considered as fuel. Like clothes catches fire, okay, paper catches fire. So we will not say all things are fuel, because if you want to cook food, if you are using a paper, you will be requiring so many pages to cook food. Am I correct or not? So that means there are some characteristic properties. Okay, there must be some characteristic of a fuel, properties of a fuel. That means क्या क्या character होना चाहिए एक अच्छा fuel होने के लिए, a good fuel or an ideal fuel. Okay, so what are the things? First thing, okay, few of the points are given here only, so I'll read this one first and then I'll tell you more than this. So recall that the sources of heat energy for domestic and industrial purposes are mainly wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, etc. These are used. Okay. These substances are called fuel. These are called fuel. Why they are called fuel? Because a good fuel is one which is readily available. That means easily, it should be easily available. You can get wood anywhere, charcoal anywhere, petrol, kerosene, you can get anywhere nowadays. After maybe 100, 200 years later, we can't say that petrol and diesel will be available or not. But now, recent days, it is available. So, easily available. Okay. That means whatever fuel you are using, it has to be easily available. Okay. Second, it should be cheap. It should be cheap. So second point they are saying about the ideal fuel, that means the fuel what we are using, what are the characteristics of that fuel? First is it should be easily available, आसानी से मिल जाना चाहिए. Second thing, it should be cheap. Cheap means less price, कम दाम होना चाहिए, so that everybody can buy that. Okay. It burns easily in air at a moderate temperature. Okay, or at a moderate rate or temperature. That means the fuel what you are using, it should burn with a constant speed, with the same speed, moderate rate. That means the way we have seen our LPG gas, it burns with the same speed. Yes or no? Does it burn this way? It burns this way or what? Or the constant speed it burns? Yes or no? So it should burn with a moderate rate. Second, it should produce a large amount of heat. The fuel what you are using, it has to produce more energy. If it is producing less energy, then it is useless. For example, if I am using a paper to make food, so if I am using a paper, more paper will be required to heat the utensil. Okay, so many papers will be required, very much paper will be required to cook food. So instead of that, if I am using LPG gas or maybe wood or maybe charcoal or some other thing, then I can cook my food easily. Understood? Next, it produces a large amount of heat. Next, it does not leave behind any undesirable substance. Undesirable substance means it should not leave residues. Okay, the best fuel is those fuels. That means which fuel we will say that it's a best fuel? Those fuels which will not leave any residue. Wood, we don't say wood as a good fuel, not 100%. Okay, it is a good fuel because it is less in price and so many other characters are there. But when you will burn wood, it will produce ash, rock. Yes or no? So this type of substance should not be produced. The way we are using LPG gas, LPG, it produces any residue or what? When it burns, it leaves some ash or what? No, that we will consider as a good fuel. Okay, it should not. Next point, this is over. Now I am giving you another point. Next, good characteristic, that means the characteristic of a good fuel. Next point, it should not pollute the environment. Okay, it should not pollute the environment. Next point of a good fuel, it should be or it can be easily transferable. That means we should easily transport from one place to another. Suppose I don't know you have seen or not, how much wood will be required. Have you seen bunches of fruit people they used to sell in the market? Have you seen or not? This much bunches of wood, small pieces of wood they sell in the market. Do you know what is the cost of that? Cost of that wood. So 20 rupees, 30 rupees they take that way, okay? So this much wood you can use to cook your food once. That means maybe lunch. At night again you have to use another log of food. That means another piece of food this much. Okay, so that means 20 plus 20 or 30 plus 30, 60. You are investing 60 rupees a day. Breakfast I am leaving, okay? If you use breakfast, then it will be 90 rupees a day. Okay, 90 rupees a day. In a month, how much money we have to waste to cook our food for a month? 19 to 30. It will be 2700 rupees. Yes or no? So 2700 rupees we are that means we are wasting in cooking food. But if we use LPG, how much it cost? So before it was less, nowadays, that means in a recent day, the cost of LPG is 883.50 paisa. That means 884 rupees. So this one cylinder gas can be used for 1 month. It depends upon your consumption, okay? If you are using more, then it will finish quickly. But if you are using properly, that means if 2% or 3% are there in your family members, then that can go for 1 month also, okay? Okay, so in 1 month we are wasting 900 rupees if you are using LPG gas, okay, LPG. But if you are using wood, we are wasting 2700 rupees. Leave it 2700, we will see we are wasting 1500 rupees. 1500 is more, right? Yes or no? Its cost is more. Understood or not? Okay, so it should be cheap, that was already told. It should be easily transferable. That means we should easily transfer. So in one day we required 3 logs like this, right? Are you getting it or not? So in 1 month we will be requiring 90 logs. Now 90 logs, is it easy to transfer 90 logs? 90 logs if you will carry, it will be easy for you to carry 90 logs. It will be difficult, right? Every time you have to go, you have to carry 5, 6 and then you have to come. Okay. But if you are using cylinder gas, LPG, then you can easily bring for one time only. You will go, you will carry and you will bring, that's all. No need to carry again and again. Are you getting my point or not? It should be easily transferable. Next, it should it should take less place to store. The characteristic of a good fuel is it should take less place to store. Now you can see that gas cylinder can be put anywhere in your house. It takes very less space, right? But if you are bringing 90 logs in your house, definitely it will take place, right? So definitely which one is best? LPG is best. Okay. So many things we have studied. Next thing, the fuel what you are using, that means characteristic of a good fuel. Uh, the fuel should have ignition temperature more than the room temperature. It should have ignition temperature more than the room temperature. Okay, whatever fuel you are using, it should have ignition temperature more than the room temperature. Because if the fuel what you are using in your house, if it is below the room temperature, then it will catch fire automatically, no need to burn it. Are you getting my point or not? So you should have a fuel whose ignition temperature must be more than the room temperature. Okay, so these are some characteristic of a good fuel. So many points I have given you. You can write any one. Okay. If you like any other points also, you can join. If it is correct, definitely you will get marks. Now next, fuel efficiency. Fuel efficiency means which fuel produces more energy. That means which fuel produces more heat. Definitely, if you burn a paper and if you burn a charcoal, which will produce more heat? Charcoal. But this is not the way to identify. Okay, there is a proper way to identify that which substance will produce more heat. So there is a technique. I'll take 1 kg of paper. Okay, I'll take 1 kg of paper, and same way I'll take 1 kg of charcoal. Okay, or maybe coal. 1 kg of paper and 1 kg of coal. I will burn both. After burning this, how much heat is produced? Okay, how much heat is produced by paper and how much heat is produced by charcoal? I will calculate. Okay, and after observing, then only I can tell you that whose heat is more, which fuel produces more heat. Is it clear or not? There must be a comparison. Like in your class, who is good in study? How we will know who is good in studies? Definitely we have to take an exam, right? Same question paper has to be given to everyone, and then we have to see that who is getting good marks. That means more marks. The one who gets more marks, definitely that person is good in studies, has more knowledge. Same way, if you burn 1 kg paper and 1 kg of separately, okay, 1 kg of paper and 1 kg of coal, which will produce more heat? We have to check it. If paper produce more heat, that means this is good. If charcoal produce more, then charcoal is good. Are you getting my point or not? This is called calorific value. That means you can see page number 72 at the bottom of last fourth line. Okay, the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called its calorific value. That means how much heat it will produce by burning 1 kg of fuel. That is called its calorific value. Some have more energy, some have less energy. The calorific value of a fuel is expressed in a unit called kilojoule per kg. Okay, kilojoule per kg. That means in simple, this is the SI unit. Okay, so if someone asks you what is the SI unit of calorific value, then you can say that kilojoule per kg. And in simple way, you can write in symbol. You can just see in bracket it has been given small k capital J, then by small k small g. That means kilojoule per kg. Okay, so this is the SI unit of calorific value. Is it clear? Now here some list has been given which substance produce how much heat. So you can see cow dung cake. Cow dung cake, that means I told you before also, cow dung cake. Yes or no? Cow dung cake, I told you, in village people what they do, they take cow dung, they put some grass over there, they mix it properly, and they put it on the wall like a roti, chapati. That is called cow dung cake. Okay. Okay. So after burning that, we get 6,000 to 8,000 kilojoule per kg. That means this much is the calorific value. That means when we will burn 1 kg of cow dung cake, it will produce this much energy. If we burn wood, you can see. If we burn coal, you can see petrol, you can see kerosene, you can see diesel, you can see methane, you can see methane. I told you that it is present in CNG gas. Okay. CNG same, LPG 55,000, biogas 35 to 40,000, hydrogen has the highest calorific value and that is 1,50,000. Hydrogen has the highest calorific value, that means it will produce maximum heat. When you will burn 1 kg of hydrogen, it will produce maximum heat than other substances. But still hydrogen we don't use as a fuel in our house. We don't use hydrogen as a fuel in our house because hydrogen is explosive. Hydrogen is explosive. If we are having hydrogen in our house and if I put a single spark also in my house, it will burst like a bomb. Boom. Okay, that's why hydrogen is not used as a fuel in domestic purpose. Okay, clear? Now let's move to another topic. Burning of fuel leads to harmful products. So definitely when you are burning something, definitely there will be a pollution. So here you can see the increased fuel consumption has harmful effect on the environment. Definitely if you are burning fuel, unburnt carbon, definitely it will pollute the environment. Remember that which fuel, the fuel which produce less pollution should be used. That's why nowadays people they are telling you to use solar energy, wind energy, water energy for your use. Okay, many people they are installing solar panel in their house. Okay, this way this is a that means this fuel will never pollute the environment. Fine. But in this case it is said that burning of fuel lead to harmful production. Let's see what are these. Number 1, carbon fuels. Carbon fuels like wood, coal, petroleum, diesel, petroleum, diesel, yes, releases unburnt carbon particles. These fine particles are dangerous pollutant causing respiratory disease such as asthma. So that means if we are using, I don't know you have seen or not, if you have gone to polluted area like Fancy Bazaar and somewhere where huge crowds are there, many vehicles run continuously. If you are moving in that area because of smoke, you feel cough. Have you ever felt this way? You feel uneasy in that particular place, yes or no? So so continuously if you are staying in that particular region where huge smoke is there, you will be suffering from asthma or you may have some lung disease or some other things. Okay, maybe headache, maybe nausea, vomiting, this type of things you will feel. Number 2, incomplete combustion of these fuels gives carbon monoxide gas. I told you one story, I believe. In 1999, one family died in Shillong. You remember? Because they have burnt charcoal, that means they have burnt coal inside their room and they have closed their window, ventilator, window, everything they have closed and they have slept in their house. This carbon monoxide is very dangerous. When this carbon monoxide is in more quantity in your house, you will become senseless. Okay, you will become senseless and slowly the amount of oxygen will be reduced and you will die. So same reason 4 members of a family died in Shillong in 1999 because of burning coal in their house, okay, during the night. So incomplete combustion of this fuel gives carbon monoxide gas. It is a very poisonous gas. It is dangerous to burn coal in a closed room. The carbon monoxide gas produces can kill person sleeping in that room. Oh, so that is why we are advised never to sleep in a room with burning or smoldering coal fire in it. That means by burning or just putting the coal in your house. Okay, that means koila. Okay, by like when you burn a coal, it produces little flame, but after burning it completely, it produces only, you can see red substance are there. That means that is called the koila. Have you seen or not? When you burn a wood or something, it produces red substance, जिसको हम लोग राख भी बोलते हैं. Yes or no? It produces, where we used to make this one बैंगन का भरता or something. Have you seen or not? राख रेड कलर का राख होता है जिसमें बैंगन बनाया जाता है. हाँ, so that substance that is called smoldering coal. So उस जगह में अगर वैसा भी अगर रखते हो, so it is very dangerous. It will absorb oxygen from the house and you will die. So you have to be very careful. This is the reason why when havan or something is been done in your house, pandit or maybe elderly people, they used to say that, oh, kindly open the windows, doors, don't close it. If you close and if you do havan in your house, if you close door, windows, ventilator, everything, definitely those who are inside the room, they will die. So that's why havan and all are done in an open area. Is it clear? Now third point, due to the combustion, that means burning of this fuel, okay, burning of this fuel, that means petroleum product, coal, our atmosphere temperature is increasing. That means carbon dioxide is increasing in the atmosphere, and I told you before also that carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which absorb heat, that means which absorb the sun's rays and don't allow it to go in the space. Okay, so that's why our temperature is increasing day by day. Now you can see that nowadays every day you can see in your news that rain is coming or flood is there. That is because of the global warming. People, they have played very much with the environment. Now environment is playing with the people. Now slowly if the condition remains same, then there will be a scarcity of land and people, many people will die. So we have to be very careful, okay? So global warming is done. Now last one is called the acid rain. So when we burn coal, petroleum, it produces carbon dioxide, okay, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide. These things, when we burn coal or petroleum, these substances are produced: nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide. These are gas. It goes to the air, it mixes with the air, and when acid comes, sorry, my mistake, when water falls, that means rain falls, then it mixes with water and it produces acid, and that is termed as acid rain. Okay, so last point was acid rain. You can add other points also as you like. Okay, you can add your own also. Fine. This is the last topic and that is over. So thank you very much.